What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dark Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. So, you guys have asked me about SPHD. Do I think it's better than QYLD? Why did I sell SPHD? Because a lot of people are looking at my previous videos a little bit scratchy than before. I did fix that with this mic. But I'm going to explain to you why I sold SPHD and why I like QYLD a lot better. And I'm going to go over both of these ETFs. These are supposed to be high dividend ETFs. So we're going to compare them. I'm going to explain to you why I like QYLD better. And I'm going to show you a better alternative to SPHD at the end. And I'm going to give a kudos to Matthew Ramey because really his dividend investing strategy really helped me on my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. And a lot of his stocks that he has, I own as well. And SPHD owns part of them. So let's check this out right now. So anytime I invest in an ETF, first I want to see what's going on with it in the S&P. This is supposed to be a high dividend, low volatility ETF. And Invesco is sitting at $43.45. Past year, okay, maybe it's in line with the S&P. Year to date, okay, maybe in line. 6 months, all right. Max, ouch. So again, this is a income ETF. The symbol is SPHD. And you really want to see how it's done. Let's just do the past 5 years. Not too hot against the S&P. No pandemic cards. You can't blame the pandemic. It has not really rebounded. The S&P is just shooting up a lot higher. Let's see what the dip was with SPH. $27.19. $43.43 before it took a dip, and now it's $43.49. The S&P is just taken over on it. But hold on before people freak out. Let's see what's in SPHD. Let's see what the expense ratio is. I don't want to compare both of these with Morningstar. I do like to look at Morningstar when it comes to ETFs, but because of this situation, QYLD is a covered call ETF. Not expecting it to beat the S&P. This one's supposed to be a high dividend, low volatility ETF, but the volatility and it hasn't done very well against the S&P, so that's strike one. But let's see what's inside its dividend portfolio, which makes it very good high dividend, low volatility ETF. Let's look at its dividend history too. We have to look into that. And don't forget the expense ratio. That's always important with a exchange traded fund or an ETF. So let's check that out. So according to Invesco, the Invesco SPHD 500 high dividend low volatility ETF is based on the S&P 500 low volatility high dividend index. The fund will invest at least 90% of its total assets in common stocks that comprise the index. Standard & Poor's compiles, maintains, and calculates the index, which is composed of 50 securities traded on the S&P index that historically have provided high dividend yields and low volatility. The fund and index are rebalanced and reconstituted semi-annually in January and July. So look into these guys. 30-day distribution yield, 4.15%. Distribution rate, 3.17. 12-month distribution rate, 3.85. Hold on. What does the expense ratio say? That's important. Management fee, 0.30%. Total expense ratio, 0.30%. Okay, that's great. What's inside of it? We always want to know what's inside of it. Okay, so this is their sector. They like utilities. So it's 18.63%. First Energy, I own. The Pinnacle West Corp, Southern Energy Corp, Consumer Staples, Altria, 3.01%. I own them. Kraft Heinz, I'm highly considering. Philip Morris as well. Walgreens Boots Alliance, I am very highly considering. Kellogg's, very good dividend stock. General Mills, 1.42. Good one. Kimberly-Clark, that's another good one. IBM, by the way, their earnings call was great. Seagate, oh, I wish I could hold on to those guys. I mean, it's still killing me. Lumen Technologies, I own those guys, 3.07%. AT&T, 2.58%. Okay, Verizon, I own those guys. Energy, ExxonMobil, and there's Kinder Morgan and Chevron. Real estate, Iron Mountain, I own those guys. I considered Health Peak Properties. I do own Realty Corporation. I do own Pfizer, which is a really good stock. So, Newell Brands, that's another one. Haynes Brands, Matthew Ramey. Oh, wait, Matthew, I think we're going to be going over your dividend portfolio and your dividend investing strategy because this correlates with SPHD. So, you guys check this out in the long run. This is going to be really cool. Very good distribution with dividend investing strategy as to why maybe these dividend stocks might be a better investment instead of SPHD in the long run. So you'll have to look at this. Franklin Resources I own. See, Matthew Ramey owns 3M. I did own them. I sold them. Okay. Let's look at their dividend history. Houston, we have a problem right here. This is supposed to be a high dividend, low volatility ETF. Let's see. 14 cents, 15, 14, 12, 11. We have a decreasing dividend over time. Expense ratio 0.30%. That looks really attractive to me, doesn't it? So that's one of the reasons why I got rid of these guys, because I don't like their trends. They were going up, sure, post-pandemic. You can play the pandemic card. But March, April, May, June, July, they're 12. Hold on. They were 14, 15. They're 12, 11 for a high dividend, low volatility ETF. Let's check out QYLD. Now, again, with a high dividend, low volatility covered call ETF, you don't expect to beat the S&P, but it's sitting at $22.32. But what makes this covered call ETF special and why I like this better than a high dividend, low volatility ETF? Let's check that out. First of all, if you didn't notice, these guys put themselves as a 4-star Morningstar rated. They put that on their website, which is pretty cool. So this covered call ETF follows a covered call buy right strategy, which the fund buys the stocks in the Nasdaq 100 index and writes or sells corresponding call options in the same index. Expense ratio is 0.60%. This is a monthly dividend stock. So QYLD is a monthly dividend stock, and SPHD is a monthly dividend stock. What is in QYLD? What is in it? We really need to know what is in QYLD. Why is this distribution yields 11.82%? This is monthly. Like, why? Why are we liking this better? Why do I like this better than QYLD? Let's check this out. We're going to check out its portfolio. So look at this. With QYLD, you got Apple 11%, Microsoft 10%, Amazon 8%, Google 4%, Facebook 3%, Tesla 3%, Google GOOGL 3%, Nvidia 3%, PayPal 2%. Now, Amazon, some of these stocks are not dividend stocks, but this is a covered call ETF. So they have some very good stocks. Also, they have ADP. That's a really good one. That's literally, I swipe my card at work, and guess who owns them? ADP. They make call the shots. Texas Instruments, Starbucks, Moderna is on there. Moderna does not distribute a dividend. Just looking at a few other ones. KDP. Now, keep an eye on KDP. That's Keurig. Eventually, they may jump up, but not right now. They're way down, so I don't know if you want to hold on to that and see what happens. eBay's a dividend stock that I had. Very slowly it'll jump up, but it's very good dividend growth stock to look into. So let's check out the dividend history of QYLD. Here's QYLD, and first of all, it's cheaper, which I'll reveal to you. But if you look at the dividend history, it's way higher. What was SPHD? 11 cents. These guys are consistent right around let's just say 17 cents to about 22 cents. Let's just be safe and say 22 cents with a dividend yield 12.04%. Covers a covered call option, annual yield of $2.67. Here's the thing. When I create I'm planning on creating a Roth IRA, an M1 Finance. I don't know when I'm going to do it. But QYLD, instead of having like bond BND, why not just throw all these things like pretty much like a scatter bomb, throwing in all these yield, like the dividends distributions of 17 cents to 22 cents. You're getting a good bang for your buck. And it's cheap. And it's pretty consistent. $22 versus 40 some dollars, 11 cents versus 17 to 22 cents. No brainer. I'm going to show you an alternative. I'm going to go to my buddy's website real quick of stocks that he has a dividend investing strategy. He has a perfect calendar. And some of these stocks that I wrote down literally on this note card that are on SPHD, you can make a lot more money by just individually putting money in these stocks. And I'll show you the schedule on these dividend stocks too. He makes this so easy. Matthew Ramey, thank you so much. Let's check that out. So on his website, he makes things so much easier. I'm on Money by Ramey / dividend portfolio. And on his website, he literally shows you his dividend schedule. So I have First Energy. I don't know if he has them, but Altria, I'm not sure if he has Altria on there, but Lumen Technologies he had on there. I'm going to try to find to see if he has it on there. I know he had it. Where is it? Oh, here's Iron Mountain. So they discuss Iron Mountain. Here's April of last year. So he has a schedule, and literally I integrated his schedule to my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. So look at Seagate. There's Seagate. There's Iron Mountain. It's hiding right there. So 11.30 he made $29.24. He made Seagate. Iron Mountain, I'm pretty sure is cheaper than SPHD and yields a better dividend. So the other thing is, let's look at some of his stocks. I wrote this down. They have Lumen Technologies. I know it's hiding somewhere. Where is it? Here's Haynes. So here's Haynes. Here's CenturyLink Lumen Technologies. Lumen Technologies, I literally wrote it down. It's like $12.88 with a 7% dividend yield. Haynes is cheaper, and it's right around 3%. First Energy, I wrote mine down real quick. It's $37.54, 4.18% dividend yield, right around January, February, like March, and is it 3, 6, 9, and 12? So March, June, that would be 9 is September, and it looks like December. So those are some stocks that we have on there. Let's see. He has AT&T. AT&T is part of their portfolio. Right here, he has February. So he has a perfect schedule of all these. I'm going to go over a few of them too. Verizon. So you can use his website pretty much with his dividend schedule. Here's Pfizer. I own Pfizer. Real quick. See if he's updated it. I know it's hard to update stuff because him and I are busy in graduate school. Pfizer. Here's his schedule with AT&T. So you have a pretty good strategy. Seagate posted his earnings. The IBM, it's right there. So go to moneybyramey.com. I'm telling you, his schedule is easier. Look at this. He literally says what he owns on there, and he makes life easier. But his schedule is literally on there, and he always updates it. He shows the dividend distribution and that. So what I do with my M1 Finance dividend portfolio is I added stocks like Exxon, Iron Mountain, Pfizer, Verizon, and AT&T, Lumen Technologies. So I knew what to do with my M1 Finance portfolio. If I went in the communication sector, certain stocks are distributing certain dividends at each time. So I hopefully going to make dividends each week which will be reinvested. So that's what I really like about my buddy Matthew Ramey. Make sure you check him out on Instagram. If you were on my Instagram channel, make sure you follow him. I always tag him as a Dividend Warrior, especially on Dividend Warrior Wednesday. Him and, of course, Matt Money. If I don't mention Matt Money, I'm in big trouble. So that's another one. So Matthew Money, giving you a shout out, of course. Maybe he can sing for us once we get to 700 followers on my Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Twitter as well, because I can do these group chats. You know I do live YouTube videos with you guys, but how would it feel to be involved with a huge group of dividend investors? If I get to 700 followers, I mean, the sky's the limit. We can have Matt Money, we can have Matthew Ramey, we can have Ian, we can have Gen X, who I refer to as my master. We can have all these dividend investors in there. We can really talk and discuss dividend stocks. So that'd be a lot of fun. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. We can have our own individual dividend investing section. This will be all free. It's all in the big Twitter chat. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. I get to 700. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. This is Dark Dividend. You guys have a good one.